What's up, YouTube? These are my initial thoughts to the Australian Grand Prix. If you're new and you're not subbed yet and this is your first time seeing my video, go ahead and drop a sub for me and a like if you like this type of content. And follow me on all my socials down in the description, my TikTok and my Twitter, so you get the little things that I won't post necessarily here on YouTube. And follow my Twitch if you want to come chat with me live about anything F1 or other sports that you like. I'd love to do that. And let's get straight into this. So I have so many things to talk about from this race. First of all, I'm so happy F1 is back. I love this sport so much. I'm so happy that I got into it when I did. And man, this is awesome. I'm kind of just gonna podcast style this and just fire off my thoughts. Like I have like notes here and just fire them off and not do like sections or anything super specific. And we'll see how this goes. You let me know how you feel about it in the comments. And for anybody watching this video, past, present, or the future, just let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this style of what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna go on the bullet points that I have here. I'm just gonna fire them off. The bullet points that I have. First thing is Isaac spinning before the race even starts. I am devastated for him. I knew that a wet race would be difficult for the rookies. Subtle foreshadowing. But Isaac Hadjar spinning before the race is incredibly devastating for a rookie. Any rookie that starts never wants to crash, much less crash before the race starts. And I saw it in him how upset he was. And a huge, shout out is not the word that I use for this, just huge props to Lewis Hamilton's dad for going over and consoling him, being the first person to walk up to him. Because that's incredible. Because Lewis Hamilton is his idol, and to have Lewis Hamilton's dad be the first person to come to you and console you out after you get off the track, to kind of just tell you that it's going to be okay, that he'll forget about this in the future of his career, stuff like that, is wonderful. And I'm so happy that I got to see that. Still feel terrible for him, for Isaac crashing before the start even happens. And then we get on to the start of the race, and we have just past lap one or halfway through lap one, Jack Doohan spinning, and just spinning similar to, I don't know if it was similar to how Isaac did, because Isaac shifted gears and he was kind of on that white line and just turned the steering wheel ever so slightly while he shifted gears and lost the car. I don't remember exactly what happened to Jack Doohan, but then Jack spins and then we go under safety car and yellow flag, and then Carlos loses his car. And I don't know, I don't think Carlos did anything wrong. I don't know what happened to Carlos's car. He lost the back of it, I guess, on the painted line. Maybe I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. And so we have a chaotic ass start. Hadjar's out. You lose Jack Doohan, and then you lose Carlos, all on the first lap, which is insanity. I feel terrible for Carlos. I wanted to see where he could have ended up. Alex finished in fourth. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Alex ended up fourth because Kimi lost that position to him at the end. So yeah, I would have loved to see where Carlos could have ended up if that car didn't, if he didn't lose the rear of that car and crash at the beginning. Speaking of the beginning, can we talk about Lando not botching the start? This is a moment in history. All last season, every time he would get pole in qualifying, I would have to worry about him losing the start at the beginning. Everybody who's a fan of Lando or just wants to see a decent race, Lando was known for that last season, and I was still kind of thinking about it this season. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he got it together because he didn't botch the start and he didn't botch the restarts. Botch is a terrible word for it. But I'm just gonna use that for the simplicity of it. He didn't botch them. The starts were good. He kept a calm head. He maintained the lead. And oh man, that was we'll get more into that later. The next thing I have on my notes is Fernando's crash. Another one of the rookies crashing. Devastating for Fernando Alonso. First race, I know it's really hard for the him in his rookie season, losing the car like that. How did Lance not crash? The world may never know. But regardless, yeah, Fernando spinning out. And then I guess while we're on the topic of rookies crashing, I know it happens later in the race. We'll talk about Liam and Gabriel both crashing on the same, the same like lap. Were they under a safety car? I don't remember. But seeing Gabrielle spin out and then just panning to Liam being backed into the wall, and just all of these rookies minus Ollie, who crashed in practice with no wet conditions, and Kimmy, who drove a fantastic race, by the way, and I got to get into that in a little bit too. Having all the rookies go out is just something. It is, in fact, something. I really don't know what goes on in that second Red Bull car. Maybe it's just because Liam's a rookie, and again, this was a chaotic race, so we don't really get to see it. But I feel like that second Red Bull seat next to Max is just never gonna compare, or maybe Max is just making that car look way better than it is, and I can't tell anymore. Another thing, while we're on the topic of all these like crashes and everything happening, and multiple crashes on the same lap, is I don't know how there wasn't a red flag thrown. I have to. I don't know the specifics of the rules or anything, but I know that last season we threw red flags for way less. For way less. I saw cars going left and right and debris flying over the track and them having to bring in the machines to get the cars off the track, multiple at the same time. I'm like, okay, throw a red flag and restart the race. Nope. Safety car. Half of that race had to have been under a safety car, which is cool. I'm not like, I don't have a big gripe about the order that they finished in because of the safety car, and I don't think the safety car caused a, like, oh, this person got lucky because of the safety car and now they're in XYZ position or anything. But I'm just surprised they never threw the red flag. Red flag. I can't speak English today. But that's just where I'll leave that because there's nothing much to that. Oscar versus Lando in the middle of that race. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was great. I love this. I'm a fan of teammates racing hard. Not like Lewis and Rosberg level racing hard, but just racing each other hard enough to give each other an actual challenge and like just competition within the team and not just with other people. Like Charles and Carlos, for example, when they were in Monza and they were fighting for the lead, or was it the lead? I don't even know if it was the lead. Whenever they were fighting in Monza, and they were really close, and they kept almost crashing, but they were just like, oh, it was really good. I love that. And so getting to see Oscar like right on Lando's tail is amazing. Um, the team orders are kind of skewed because McLaren's team orders are stupid, papaya rules and whatever. But it was nice to see, and then Oscar had his little moment, and he messed up and then dropped back and fell off of Lando. And then, of course, both of them went off at the exact same time when it started raining, and I was horrified. Horrified. You could have seen right through me. I became a ghost when I saw both of those orange cars to the left of where the racetrack was. Then I see Lando come back on, Max right up on Lando's ass, and Oscar beached in the grass, and I'm like, son of a bitch. We just went from double point scoring in a 1-2 to probably a Max win here because Lando's car is going to be damaged and Oscar's out of the race. And oh my god, I was terrified. Luckily, we brought it back. We brought it back though. But I was scared. I was very fucking scared. And then George is always just there, bro. George is always somewhere. If something's going wrong, or and some people can't handle their tires, there's people crashing at the front. Here comes sneaky George Russell from the back, just like, hey guys, and all of a sudden I'm at top four. I'm in the podiums, podium places. It is what it is. Before we get towards the end of the race, and we're kind of still in like that middle area, I wanted to bring up Lewis and Ferrari, and just them being like, "Hey, use your overtake button." It's like, "Hey, your overtake's available," and Lewis is like, "Yeah, I got it. I'll use it when I need." And they're like, "Yep, cool, overtake available." And he's like, "Listen, I know what I'm doing. Please allow me to do this. You don't gotta tell me when I need to do this. Please shut the fuck up." Ferrari and their buffoonery. Oh, and Charles saying there's something leaking in my seat, and he's like a lot, like something's leaking a lot, and then they go, "Oh, I think it's the water." Get a load of this guy. Ferrari's team radios will never fail to make me laugh because they are just so stupid. The stupidest thing in the world. Um, in that car, I thought the Ferrari would have better race pace. I got to see in China. I don't think this race was a good defining factor for which car had pace and which car didn't. But that Ferrari didn't look like it had as much pace as I thought it would. And I think, didn't Nico end up ahead of both of them at the end too? That's crazy. That's insane. Um, Also, for a minute, I thought Pierre Gasly was going to end up on the podium. Whenever it was Max, George, Pierre, and Lando was down, and I thought Max was going to end up staying out on the slicks. Holy shit. Bro, I was so scared. I was so scared. Lando goes off, Oscar goes off, Oscar's all the way down, and Lando kind of recovers it. Lando pits for Inters. Max's radio GP is just screaming, "Stay out, stay out!" And then, luckily, it wasn't dry enough that he could stay out and had to go in for Inters. But I was like, "No way, we get a Max George Pierre podium to start the season. That would be insane." Ah, I'm so excited. I'm so happy F1 is back, bro. Now getting on towards the end of the race. Kimi holding on to that car. He spun and recovered it. And just being able to just hold on and like stay with everybody and not crash like the other rookies did is a major props for him. Huge props for Kimi. Almost finishing in fourth. He got that 5-second penalty for the unsafe release, so he drops down to fifth. But finishing in fourth technically, one off a podium behind George Russell. Jeez, man. Russell in his first race, first like official F1 race, is crazy work. Big props to Kimi Antonelli. Ollie too for keeping it on track, honestly, because all the rest of the rookies and some non-rookies spun it out, and Ollie kept it on the track. Huge props for him. Also, side note, that Haas looks diabolically bad. Like, diabolically bad. I thought Kick would be the worst team. Haas is proving me wrong. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they don't look good. Boom, we're back the next day. These are my final thoughts, just quick summaries. Very happy that Lando won. Very happy that Oscar finished in the points, and we are tied with Mercedes for first in the constructors right now. I am excited for the new season. Max still looks like a menace. I'm really excited to see what these rookies can do when we don't have a wet weather race for the first race. And I am very interested to see if Lewis and Charles are going to like take it to Ferrari this year instead of just sitting back and like letting them do it and kind of be rebellious against Ferrari's strategy in a way, because I know that Ferrari's strategy can kind of hold them back sometimes. Even kind of, it did hold Charles back a lot before, and now you have Lewis there, and if you have like two people very outspoken about it, then maybe something will get done. But that will just about do it for this video. So if you stuck around this far, I really appreciate it, and if you wouldn't mind dropping a sub for me, I would appreciate it even more. And if you want to see the little things that I don't post on here necessarily, and that I post just like in between, like while things are happening, go follow my TikTok. The link is down below, and I have a Twitter also. I can start posting more on there if people are interested in that, and my Twitch, where I will be live streaming. I just play games sometimes. I want to live stream the races. I got to figure out how I can get I want to get the display on screen so you can see the positions of everybody, and then be able to live stream the race also and listen to it myself. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to come chat live with me about anything or see me live stream the races in the future, definitely make sure to go follow my Twitch. And until then, I will see you next time. Peace.